What if the most famous foods in Northern Europe weren't actually born in the kitchens of the people who claim them? We often look at the Netherlands and see a landscape of windmills, tulips, and massive wheels of wax-covered cheese. We think of Dutch food as simple, rustic, and perhaps a bit beige. But what if I told you that Dutch cuisine is actually one of the most sophisticated rebranding projects in human history? The Netherlands was the center of the world's first global corporation, the Dutch East India Company. For centuries, this tiny nation acted as the world's middleman, pulling spices from Indonesia, sugar from the Caribbean, and techniques from across the European continent. They didn't just trade these items, they absorbed them, repackaged them, and convinced the world they were quintessentially Dutch. Today, we are auditing the Dutch pantry. We are stripping away the local labels to reveal the global DNA hiding inside your favorite snacks. This is the Origine Plate, and we're proving that these 10 Dutch icons are not from where you think. 1. The pub icon, bitterballen. If you walk into any brown cafe in Amsterdam, you'll see people eating bitterballen, those deep-fried, crunchy spheres filled with a savory meat ragu. They are the ultimate Dutch pub snack, but the forensic roots of the bitterbal go back to the Spanish occupation of the Netherlands in the 16th and 17th centuries. The Spanish brought with them the croqueta. The Dutch took the basic idea of the Spanish croquette, reshaped it into a ball, and paired it with a specific type of herbal liquor called bitters, hence the name bitterballen. It was a wartime fusion that became a peacetime staple. France often gets the credit for the ragu technique inside, but the Dutch engineered the crunch and the culture around it. It's a Spanish technique, refined by French cooking methods, rebranded as the soul of the Dutch social hour. 2. The golden wheel, Gouda and Edam. We think of Gouda and Edam as the ancient, immovable pillars of Dutch identity. We assume they have always been there, sitting in those red wax shells. But the dish origin of these cheeses is actually a story of maritime engineering. In the Middle Ages, the Dutch needed a food that could survive long sea voyages without spoiling. Most cheeses at the time were soft and would rot in weeks. Dutch farmers developed a washed curd technique, where they replaced part of the whey with hot water. This removed the lactose, which meant the cheese wouldn't become too acidic. This made the cheese hard and stable for months of travel. Gouda isn't just a food, it's a preservation technology that allowed Dutch sailors to travel further than anyone else. The world calls it Dutch cheese, but history calls it the battery that powered the Golden Age. 3. The sugar loophole, stroopwafels. The stroopwafel, two thin wafers held together by a layer of cinnamon caramel, is perhaps the most famous Dutch export today. It feels like a luxury, but its origin is a story of extreme thriftiness. It was first made in the city of Gouda in the late 18th century as a poor man's biscuit. Bakers would take the leftover scraps and crumbs from the day's baking, stick them together with a cheap syrup made from beet sugar, and sell them to the working class. The Dutch took the trash of the bakery and engineered it into a global icon. It is the ultimate example of Dutch zuinigheid rebranded as high-end confectionery. 4. The colonial ghost, satay sauce. If you order French fries in the Netherlands, you won't just get ketchup. You'll often get patatje oorlog, fries topped with a rich, spicy peanut sauce. To a tourist, it looks like a strange Dutch invention. To a historian, it is a living ghost of the Dutch colonial empire in Indonesia. For over 300 years, the Netherlands occupied Indonesia. They brought back the flavors of sate, grilled meat with peanut sauce, and integrated it so deeply into their own culture that it is now considered a national comfort food. The Dutch didn't invent peanut sauce, they performed a culinary kidnapping. They took the heat and spice of the East and wrapped it in the fried convenience of the West. It is the flavor of a global trade war, served in a paper cone. 5. The winter survival stamppot. Stamppot. Mashed potatoes mixed with vegetables like kale or sauerkraut and topped with a smoked sausage is the ultimate Dutch winter meal. It feels ancient, but its most important ingredient, the potato, didn't arrive in the Netherlands until the late 16th century from the Andes in South America. The forensic reality of stamppot is that it's a survival mash. The Dutch took the foreign potato and combined it with the only things that would grow in the damp, freezing Dutch soil, kale and cabbage. It was a peasant solution to a brutal climate. While the world thinks of it as a cozy Dutch tradition, it is actually a South American crop, rebranded to save a European population from starvation. 6. The apothecary's secret. Gin, Nafia. The world loves London dry gin, but gin's true origin plate is in the Netherlands. It started as Genever, a medicinal spirit made from malt wine and flavored with juniper berries to hide its harsh taste. In the 16th century, it was sold in pharmacies to treat everything from stomachaches to the plague. During the 30 Years' War, British soldiers saw the Dutch drinking Genever before heading into battle to calm their nerves. The British called it Dutch courage. They took the idea back to London, removed the malt, and called it gin. The world thinks of gin as British, but the courage is entirely Dutch. It was a pharmaceutical experiment rebranded as the world's most popular cocktail base. 7. The New York connection, the donut. This is the one that shocks most people. The donut is the ultimate American icon. But the forensic trail leads directly back to the Dutch settlers of New Amsterdam, which we now call New York City. The Dutch brought with them oliebollen, literally oil balls. These were deep-fried balls of dough filled with raisins and apples, traditionally eaten during the winter. Over time, the raisins were removed. A hole was punched in the center to help it cook more evenly, and the oil ball was rebranded as the American donut. If you've ever wondered why New York has a donut shop on every corner, it's because the Dutch planted the seed 400 years ago. 8. The Spice War. Speculoos. The thin, crunchy, spiced biscuits known as speculoos are famous for their windmill shapes. They taste like Christmas, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and cardamom. These spices are the smoking gun of the Dutch spice trade. In the 17th century, the Dutch had a monopoly on the Spice Islands. They had so much cinnamon and nutmeg that they began dumping it into their basic cookie doughs. Speculoos was a display of wealth. It was a way to show that even a common biscuit could be loaded with the world's most expensive ingredients. The Dutch didn't invent the spices, they invented the monopoly that made the spices Dutch. 9. The brine logic. Haring. Eating a raw herring by holding it by the tail and dropping it into your mouth is a Dutch rite of passage. But the forensic genius here is the haringkaken, the specific way the fish is gutted. Invented in the 14th century by a Dutchman named Willem Boykelsoen, this method leaves the pancreas in the fish. The enzymes from the pancreas then help ripen the fish in a brine, turning it creamy and mild instead of rotting. This one tiny biological trick allowed the Dutch to export fish across all of Europe. It wasn't just a meal, it was an economic weapon. The raw herring the world sees today is actually the result of a 600-year-old biological hack. 10. The industrial sweet. Dutch process cocoa. Finally, we have the foundation of the modern chocolate industry. Before 1828, chocolate was a greasy, gritty drink. A Dutch chemist named Coenraad van Houten invented a press to remove the fat and treated the remaining powder with alkaline salts to make it mix with water. This became known as Dutch process cocoa. It is the reason we have chocolate bars, chocolate cake, and cocoa powder today. The Swiss and Belgians get the credit for the luxury of chocolate, but the Dutch invented the chemistry of chocolate. Without the Dutch Bite audit, the modern sweet world wouldn't exist. 10 foods, one nation, and a global story that is hiding in plain sight. From the Dutch courage of the apothecary to the oil balls that became donuts, the Netherlands has been the invisible hand shaping the way the world eats. They didn't just grow food, they engineered trade, preservation, and chemistry into a national brand. If this changed the way you see the simple Dutch kitchen, hit that like button. It helps the Origin Plate more than you know. Subscribe so you never miss the deep dives into the secret history of your favorite flavors. Tell me in the comments, which of these Dutch rebrands surprised you the most? Stay curious.